I think we'd bought our first property, which worked sort of well for us, but we felt, I felt we probably overpaid, and I don't think we had a particularly good experience. We sort of rushed into just finding an option that worked for us, and it did work for us and it was good, but even now I still think we overpaid for it and it wasn't actually as good as what we could have got in the market at the time.
There was something that I couldn't put into words that we were looking for this time, I think, that just felt right or wrong when we entered a house. But I think along the journey, we knew that we didn't want to compromise this time, and we spent a year looking for the perfect place, and it got tough. There were times when we were about to settle and probably find something that wouldn't have been right for us, but I mean, Antoinette and Lara stopped us from buying probably 3 or 4 houses that just wouldn't have lasted us, and we would have been looking again within 5 to 7 years. But by staying course, we found something that we absolutely love that will be in very long term.
I think it was interesting though as well, because we had our sort of set list that we presented to Entourage, and on that list we had sort of our must-haves and our desirables and all of that sort of thing, but it actually took being recommended a few properties to really determine what that looked like.
Working together, we were able to kind of evolve and probably define what we were looking for a little bit better. That helped us kind of crystallize the non-negotiables that we had for our next place. I think we have both kind of hit our career stride at the same time, which was incredibly helpful financially, but incredibly unhelpful in that it made us very time poor very quickly. And so, when it was recommended to us that we investigate sellers and buyers advocates, we were quite open to that, and it's the best decision that we made in the whole process.
Yeah, this isn't just about a quick sort of deal and just getting a property and moving forward. It's actually, we're going to take the time to find the right property.
Yeah, it wasn't a sales pitch. It wasn't. It was a conversation about what we needed and what we were looking for, which we still were working out at the time. And I found that incredibly easy to talk to Antoinette about what we were looking for, and very quickly we realised that some things that were on our list that we were looking for weren't going to be right for us. So I think from the outset it was clear that we weren't being pushed to rush to buy something. We were looking for the place that was right for us. And without that patience, without that guidance, we wouldn't be where we are now.
There were sort of times where we went, we're never going to find the right thing, and it did feel a little bit, I know I felt defeated a number of times during the journey, but we always had that next property. So, whilst that, property that we bid on and we didn't win or whatever, Entourage was on the phone sort of the next day going, well, let's look at the next thing. Let's move forward. Let's actually continue on this journey.
I think the difference was, it wasn't just us anymore, because when it's just us, we lose objectivity. We, get emotional. We decide, once we're frustrated and we've seen the 5th property this week and none of them are right, we were ready to settle. But rather than just being us with our little emotions, we had a team, and that, that helped us stay the course when we needed to.